Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for coming to this. Sorry it was delayed. For future events, when we say they're at 10 a.m., they actually will be at 10 a.m.
Yeah, if you're late, we're just gonna not make exceptions. That was
Yeah.
our mistake. Right.
But yeah, thanks for coming. This is the Singularity Residency. This is supported primarily by Privacy and Skull Explorations, which is a sub-team of the Ethereum Foundation, as well as Public Good Crypto, a new org being spun out of Filecoin, and Protocol Labs, and some funders from Gitcoin Passport. Okay, this is the overview. It's gonna be a lot of different information. Feel free to stop us at any point to ask questions. There's a lot of memes. Feel free to laugh. This isn't that serious of a thing. Okay, go ahead.
Sweet. Okay, so what is the point of this residency? There's a bunch of new trends at the same time happening with verifying different kinds of data online, and they use very similar tech stacks. Like we are doing ZK proofs of signatures, and some other teams are trying different things. Maybe you could do notaries, maybe you could do different ideas here. And there's a ton of really good collaboration we can do at the same time, both in terms of similar proving stacks, similar ideas, similar collaborations, and we've already seen a bunch of cool people collaborate and come up with new stuff. And also this is we don't get that much in-person time, so it's cool that everybody can be in the same place at once.
Yeah, I think in general, just being able to share learnings, discuss stuff. The space is really confusing in that there's a lot of really good tech, but trying to figure out how it's used is a very difficult puzzle. And I think the people that we've gathered here are doing some of the best work in that zone. So just being able to share learnings, intuition seems really useful.
Sweet.
Who's Signature Singularity? So the core organizing team is made up of me and Ayush, as well as a lot of help from Florent, Alexis, and Elo. Elo's gonna be joining us in a week or so. But yeah, huge shout out to all of them. This has been a pretty big endeavor and couldn't have done it without them. Teams, big list of teams here. We'll do a walkthrough at the end, but a lot of teams are coming from within the Privacy and Skull Explorations bubble. We have some folks coming from sort of other circles that are also doing related work. They'll be coming in over the next few weeks.
These are mostly Japan recommendations, but in case people haven't gotten eSIMs yet, Airlo is so-so, mobile's a little bit faster. Ikoka card is used for the subway and for paying for snacks. Make sure you have an Ikoka card. Use Dymo. If you need money in your Dymo, let me know. I can put money in your Dymo. And then you will need cash at a bunch of places. Sweet.
And for people with iPhones, in the Apple Wallet, it's very easy to get an Ikoka card.
Right.
You can just click the plus button and then scroll down to the Japan section, and it's way easier to use that because you can refill it automatically and stuff.
True.
Okay, co-working space norms. I think everyone's gotten a tour here. If you haven't, talk to me or Ayush and we can walk you around. Yeah, there's certain zones of the co-working space that are quieter, especially on that half, and in these two corners, that far corner and this corner. In general, I think we prefer if people were in this zone, just so it's easy to get to people and do all that. We have two offices over there. Those are totally good to nice. Those are totally good to use for meetings, but you can also book out meeting rooms by using the app. Oh yeah, after hours, this is a 24/7 co-working space, but from midnight to 7 a.m. there's a little escape room you have to do to fucking get out of here, where you have to take this side elevator and go through some weird tunnel entrance. No one's done it yet, so if you find yourself here, best of luck.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, one other thing is, please don't steal the snacks. You have to pay for them. Scan the barcode and do that.
All right. Great. We have calendar. Everybody should have gotten an email. If you didn't get an email, let me know. You can also add it at calendar.sigsing.com. We'll have the stand-ups 10 a.m. Monday, Thursday. Those will actually start at 10 a.m., unlike today. Yeah, Saturday, obviously optional, but the co-working space is 24/7 the whole week, so feel free to come in. Probably Vivek and I will be here. And then we'll have a halfway demo day, which is basically going to be more informal, just internal. So people just present to everybody else what they've been doing, show I don't know, some simple working version of your thing. And then we'll have a workshop as well. So we'll invite maybe 30 something Japanese people, local people, to try out the tech. And so the hope is that that'll help us get both user feedback and get a sense for, do real people understand what we're doing. And then final demo day will be much more public. We'll invite people on the live stream. Also, people will probably come in locally, and so that'll be a very interesting experience.
Yeah. So
How are you
there's
sampling people for the workshop?
Oh.
people in the mall.
So-
From the university.
So
or like-
we partner with this like dev group called Akindo, and they run all these hackathons in the area, so they know like all the like, okay, these are the people who come to the hackathon. So it's gonna
Still
be
well
like,
put together, still well put
yeah,
together.
Well, this is still in the works, so
Yeah.
Okay.
but expect mostly like mostly devs, but devs who have no idea what ZK is.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe I don't know, they'll bring people who are also users.
We're getting there. Yeah, some more things to add. Like most Sundays, we'll do some sort of like planned outing. Talk to Alexis if there's stuff that you guys want to do, and then we can help sort of make that happen. These are obviously optional. You're free to do whatever you want on the weekends. For the final demo day, like we really want to emphasize like something finished that people can use, and also something that people can ideally like pick up from just going to the website. So we want to start with the demo and have enough explanation on your site for people to like, at least like a few people to get through the flows. And then we will sort of transition into like slides, explanation, covering what you did during the residency. And yeah, we'll like send out websites and apps, like test flight links and stuff before the workshop, before the final demo day, so people can download all that stuff. And then, yeah, the Airbnbs are open until Wednesday, May 29th. So from the 25th to the 29th will be a lot more chill. It'll just be mostly focused on writing, reflection, relaxing. And yeah, I think we'll get to requirements in a sec, but like roughly we do want everyone before they head out from Japan, if you're like sort of a full-time member of the residency, to write up a retrospective of like what you got done, what you learned, what teams you worked with, for our own reference and also for the various folks that have funded this, so they have some reference there. What's the next slide? Okay, great. Yes, so we want a lot of documentation. In particular, we really want to like record and document as many of the different discussions that are going on that are, not like alpha or like personal team stuff, but like just general cryptography discussions, whether you're going through a paper, a Vitalik blog post, just trying to figure out some like problem you're having. We want to get as much documentation as possible. So we have a YouTube and a Twitch channel that we've made. We've posted the passwords in the Telegram, so you guys are free to use that. We have a photos album here. It's a Google Photos album. Please be adding stuff to it as you go, or just like before you head out. And then, as I mentioned before, we want to write up from everybody before they head out, ideally. So make sure to reserve some time during your residency stay to be doing this. And when you're doing stand-ups, so before each stand-up, we're going to ask for people to like post an update, so that the stand-up itself can be a lot faster and smoother. But the more detailed those are, the easier it's going to be able to do this end of residency write-up. So we encourage for those to be detailed, just for yourself.
Oh yeah.
We even have our own YouTuber at the residency, who is also notably not here. Everyone shame Florent when he comes back. But yeah, take lots of videos and stuff.
Sweet. I think everybody should have filled out the preferences form, but if you haven't yet, it's for allergies, birthdays, your travel receipts, things like that. So please fill that out. And then also we have a new fitness-related reimbursement. So if people are getting a bike or a gym membership, or I'll probably get a climbing membership. I think somebody got a pool membership. Like, yeah, we'll cover $25 for that.
Yeah, please do that. That's really important. Like, staying fit will help us ship. We have a request channel. Please just message that if you need something. We can purchase most stuff that's communal, but we do just run it by us before you like buy something. Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I think a bunch of people still have not dropped an intro and intros. Please drop your intro and intros. It takes 5 minutes. Yep.
It's really nice.
And then, okay, for live streaming, the easiest way to do this is if you download so you can get the Streamlabs app. It's like super easy. Just click start. It just works. YouTube app is also fine. If you're like a hardcore streamer, OBS, Twitch is also very easy. All the credentials are also in #general. Sweet.
For the next weeks, please name your house. We've just been calling them 1, 2, and 3, which is boring as hell. So vote amongst your residents. Come up with a name. House 1 was Arrakis for a short while.
I was
Atreides. Okay, well,
we'll figure it out.
I guess it's still not confirmed, but yeah. Again, we're going to do bi-weekly stand-ups. This is actually going to be at 10 a.m., so please be here on time, ideally 15 minutes before, so you can get coffee and get settled.
We'll have snacks too. That's another incentive.
We'll have snacks, but only for people that post their stand-up income.
I guess if anyone's interested, Richard and I have kind of a summer routine going on. We come here at like 6, 7 in the morning.
Holy
and
shit.
We have breakfast at like 8 o'clock. So things don't open until like 8 o'clock, but we just post up here at 7, and then downstairs is a bunch of like little cute breakfast spots with like egg sandos and stuff. So
Are you guys gonna keep?
it's
Is
nice
that,
and quiet in the morning.
Yeah, are you jet lagged or is this gonna like?
This is
It's
Yeah.
started off with jet lag, but I mean, I like it. So.
All right.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, do that if you can. Hell yeah. Also, we've like on purpose kept these sort of like programming of the residency very, very minimal because we want there to be a lot of free-form time for people to have conversations. But we also would love it if people self-organize workshops or talks or different things. Just post in. There's a workshops channel. Post out about it to see how much demand there is, and depending on that, we can book out different meeting rooms as needed. And then, yeah, receipts and stuff, post them as well.
Yeah, so if you want reimbursement for your receipts, put them in the channel, and then we'll send them at the end of the residency. Sweet, and then all the links from this presentation are here. Feel free to scan and ask questions, and then we'll do brief, like, we just go around and do like a short
Team overview. I have
Yeah.
a slide on the next one.
Sweet.
Any questions for us? Yes.
Are you gonna post this like
Yeah, it's already in the Telegram,
Kickoff.6.
and also this middle one is, yeah.
Yeah.
before every demo when we post our update?
Oh,
For
for
the
stand-ups,
stand-ups.
there's a
Yeah.
hashtag stand-ups channel
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it should just go there. You just need one for your team. Ideally, rotate who's posting this, so it's not just like one person. Just so more people can.
I would say,
Stand up a meeting or a post?
Both.
so the idea is, like, we want to keep the meeting short, so we don't want people to say, like, okay, like 5 lines what they're doing, so just, like, put the details in the channel, and then the one-liner of, like, I need help with X, like, can you work with Y, like, I'm thinking of doing Z, anybody know about Z, like, that kind of thing gets discussed with everybody. Now we can keep that short.
But yeah, post those before the stand-up if possible, or not if possible. Just do that. Anything else? Yay.
Sweet.
Okay, we'll just go through 1 to 2 minute residency goal share. We usually one person from each team, but obviously everyone from the team can hop in as needed to share stuff. I can start on the behalf of Cursive. So, like for us at the residency, so far we've done a lot of like NFC-based activations, and that's been really great. But we're looking to expand into like getting more data into these app experiences so people can make more interesting proofs. But also we're looking to expand into more like MPC FHE land, where you can start to do like computations over like shared sets of data, initially pairwise, potentially in larger groups. And yeah, the goal for the residency is going to be to implement both some end-to-end flow of getting data from something like ZK email TLS Notary, as well as some more like kind of FHE based flows that people can use and experiment with. We're also getting everyone NFC rings. Totally unclear if they're going to work or not. I paid probably too much money for them because I just wanted them, but yeah, that will happen at some point, and ideally we will build an app experience on top of that. Worst case, we'll just use like stickers or something else. We'll make it work.
Sweet. Someone from P2P, you want to give a breakdown of?
Maybe I can give a brief overview
Yeah.
of Alex, and Richard can share more details. So for context, like we used ZK email before for generating a proof of payment in ZK B2B. For the past 2 months, we have been exploring TLS Notary, and we already have built an extension flow where you could like use ZK B2B on the browser using the extension. During the residency, we are looking for implementing a mobile-based flow, so essentially being able to use ZK B2B built using TLS Notary on mobile. Apart from that, also looking forward to share all the learnings that we have had from building on TLS Notary, especially with the Cursive team. I can go like maybe I can share stuff next week, and also like just exploring Reclaim, which is another TLS protocol similar to TLS Notary, but has different primitives.
Anything to add, you two?
Also things you might like want help with or something.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I think we're generally very excited about the surface area of signatures that represent, ownership of your assets and transfer of those assets. And so the first case that we explored was balance on a payment platform like Venmo, but we're generally trying to quite a bit of signatures out there that we can leverage, and we're excited to kind of map out the edges of both, you know, the proving stack and the cryptography, and also implications when applied to real world signatures. So that's kind of the intersection that we live at. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, we've learned a lot from just looking at, you know, APIs of things like Venmo, Revolut, but also other assets like tickets, etc. So if any of this interests you, chat with us.
Sick. We can pass and prove passport for now.
Yeah, they're not getting any time.
ZK email product. So the two main directions, I guess. This is mostly going to be probably Aditya who comes in Monday, and then I guess Watcher who's already here, is basically like account recovery for one. So like if you have some wallet, you can recover it with a bunch of email guardians. And so we're like, we already had like one like audit on like the core library, but we're going to do an audit on like the whole system at the end of the month. So hopefully getting that like really working, and there's 2 people remotely also helping with that in the US. And then other direction we're thinking of doing is maybe like a 2FA style thing. So like, okay, if you send a transaction, you can like 2FA over email or potentially SMS, but I don't like SMS because it's very insecure, but we can maybe try to find ways around that. Yep. And then research.
Yeah. So during this research, I will research how to minimize the client-side proof generation time plus its recursion time for situation like you want to generate the proof on client side for privacy, but this proof should be verified on-chain. And specifically, my client I knew is we will use their MPC-based ZKB, such as ZKB, for client side, and make a recursion circuit on with floating scheme plus collectors GKP for that verification of the ZKB proof, MPC-based GKP proof. And we think this can be promising at launch because we can use arbitrary finite rank on the ZKB protocol. So if we adapt the scalar field of the EC curve for pairing ZK snacks, we can avoid non-native arithmetic compilation on the recursion side. So it means we may be able to reduce the computation cost to generate recursion proof. And although this is more general than just one signature-based application, I think this is very important for application in this residency, such as proving your email 583 and submit this proof to on-chain. So for example, proving Venmo email for privacy on the client side, and submit this proof to ZKP to be controlled. Yeah, so I think my research can be helpful for all projects in this residency.
Yeah, and then we'll also be looking at like Vol in the head and Binius. So if people want to do like, I'm down to do like a session maybe today or tomorrow going over Vitalik's new Binius post. Sweet. Design.
Hey guys, we're gonna be making a new logo for like the residency, and we can look forward to that on like merch and stuff. We're basically just redesigning some of the main ZK email like websites, proof of Twitter, maybe like the recovery wallet thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're in the process of also creating a design assistant, so it's easy to add and drop things, and a brand button, so it's easy for people who don't necessarily have a design background to understand like what exactly is going on, and then wireframes, so like mockups, creating mockups for the website. Yeah.
Yep. And then if people want like design feedback, I know there's a ton of teams that like are looking for like different ideas. It might be.
Oh yeah, we also have one more thing.
We got you guys a gift.
Wow! Right.
They like free for each of the houses.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Canada. Let's go.
Maple syrup. Yeah.
For the
Let's go.
houses. Thank you guys.
It was great.
Flo and Remy have joined us. Do you guys want to share about
Yeah, of course.
Passport and Totem?
So,
Who's standing up?
Yeah.
Powerful.
so you already know what we're working on. We mostly work on proof of passport, so it basically gives you the ability to like read your passport with NFC and then do like any knowledge proofs you want to prove like things to like any third party or like any application that needs it. So you can prove your nationality, you can prove you're above 18, above 21, you can prove that you're a human, anything. So the main thing we want to ship here is like an improved version of proof of passport, like having a really clean app that anybody can download, supporting many more signature algorithms, and like not having to disclose the signature algorithm that you use, because obviously like it reduces the anonymity sets, because there's like many of them. So if you disclose it, like there's less possibility of like who you are. And also we want to work on totem. So the idea of totem is like basically we are starting to have all of those different sources of identity that we can use, like passports, ID cards, and like we can verify in ZK. There's like a bunch of others like JWTs that prove that you have a Google account, any kind of account, signatures from the secure enclaves. There's a team here with Kylie and Sofian that's going to work on app attest. We can like prove that an app is running correctly on your phone. And basically, if you can like combine all of those sources of identity and do matches between them, like prove that you have the same email between like a card that you have and an email, prove that you have the same name between your ID card and the passport, but without disclosing those attributes, then you can start having like better tools for stable resistance. So you can, for instance, create a better version of GitHub Passport on which like you don't really have to trust GitHub Passport anymore with your data. You can just like match everything in ZK. Be sure that like you did not combine sources of identity from different people. So that's like one of the main things we want to prototype here. Maybe work with Yanis and Salih on this. And we also want to experiment with European ID cards because there's like a general standard for them. Yanis brought his ID card that has the new standard, so we'll be able to do some cool verification. And also, we'll be really down to work a bit with the design team if you have some time outside of the ZK. I know the ZK email roadmap is already like pretty ambitious, but I'll show you like our landing and the current app, and I think you'll have an interesting eye because we're not designers. We're like mostly on the ZK side, so I think you'll see that pretty quick.
Sweet.
Thank you guys. And on other, Salil, I guess Giannis is not here, but he's around.
Yeah, that's okay. So,
Do you wanna stand
other
up?
is the now everyone has.
No, we
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right. So other is the IDs, digital ID system in India. And what we are doing in another is like creating a proof of ownership of other, and this is done. And we also have selective disclosure. You can prove that your age is above something, and you belong to one state without revealing the whole other details. So that's already there, like finished like last week or 2 weeks back. So during the residency, the idea is to build something like a SSO app where you can import identity attributes from various proof systems and making it really easy for consuming apps to implement all these protocols. Now we have, it's something similar to Totem, like Flavin said, but more like a SSO app where it's really easy for other consuming apps to consume. So yeah, the goal is to add another minor wallet, proof of password, things like this as like a identity attribute sources, and users can import them. Right?
Sweet.
I don't think we have Nico here from Mina Wallet, and Hiro is joining us in a week, so I can give a brief update on what they're up to. Japanese citizens have this My Number card, which is like very overpowered. Like it has a private key inside, and it can basically function as a complete wallet. So my rough understanding of what the team is looking to explore during this residency is like a nullifier from these cards. So you basically prove that you are like a unique Japanese citizen without revealing who you are exactly, in a way that you can sort of reuse this across different proofs, and also to generate a like private key for signing stuff from the card as well, without having to like verify RSA signatures on chain, which is very costly. So yeah, very very similar tech stack to Another, our proof of passport, and we've already gotten to see some like good sharing of knowledge and alpha there. So excited to see these projects work together and converge on some shared infrastructure.
Sweet. I can give like a 1 or 2 line from MoPro. They're thinking about like faster stacks for mobile proving. Previously, they were using like ArcCircom stuff, but I think they're gonna try to experiment with like a combination of like WorldCoin's super fast witness generator and also potentially Tachyon for the proofs, which might be faster than Rapid Snark, and so this might end up being the fastest prover that we have client side or on like a bare metal, which would be pretty cool.
I can talk about Appetest. So this is Kaylee and Sophion, who are both coming tomorrow. Basically, Apple has a suite of tools under this thing called Device Check that can basically allow you to get pretty solid guarantees that like an app is running correctly, or at least like the same source code that the developer had on the app is running on some phone. There's like some flaws in that, like you can't really tell if a phone is jailbroken. This is basically impossible, but it's still a pretty good like attestation, and you know, it's for like non-sophisticated actors, this is like pretty solid. So they're going to be using that to do a couple of different things. One thing is basically like signed photos, like one kind of little wave that happened in ZK for a little while. I guess is ongoing, but I think is like a really important use case is around like basically signed hardware, where you take photos and the raw data that comes in is signed by the camera in like a trusted hardware enclave. And then you can make proofs about this photo, and you can get a really good claim that like, oh, this is a real photo taken by a real camera. There's lots of like hacks you can do here. Like I can take a photo of a DALL-E image, like a really good photo, and what are you gonna do there? But it still is like a step above existing tooling that we have here. And with something like Appetest, you can make sort of a lighter weight version of this, where you just have a really simple app that takes a photo and signs it, but you can attest that this app was running correctly on the mobile phone, that the user didn't like mess this up. And it could be sort of just like a lighter weight signed photo thing that, you know, maybe journalists could use, or you know, could be integrated into social medias and stuff. They're also trying to do this sort of proof of location, very similar thing, where like Apple gives you a location. There's no signature on that, but you can potentially get a signature using this sort of like Appetest framework. You know, this app that was getting your location ran correctly, has not been tampered with, et cetera, et cetera. The other two I can give really quick updates on because they're here for a shorter time. Lucian is coming from Gitcoin Passport. He's going to be here in the last week. His primary goal will be to help teams incorporate various things that they're doing into Gitcoin Passport, as well as potentially working on some of his own projects. I think he was interested in TLS Notary, which is sad because I think you guys are going to miss him like literally by a day or something like this. But I don't know if there's enough recordings of us yapping about TLS Notary. We can show him those instead. But yeah, he's really nice, he's really chill, and Gitcoin Passport gives us a good opportunity to get this stuff into production, into places where people can use it. Optimism badge holders, Laura works for Optimism, and she's basically trying to build some infra for different badge holders and members of Optimism governance to make proofs about their membership and voting and all this sort of stuff. And we're still waiting on a proposal from her, so I actually don't know too many specifics, but yeah, that's a rough space.
I think there'll be cool collabs, like there's a ton of badge holders that want to proof stuff. They're like very crypto native, so we could get some proofs into their hands. That'd be cool.
Yep.
Sweet. Everything else? We're good.
Yeah, that's it. As always, just DM any of me, Ayush, Alexis, Alo when he comes for stuff that you guys need. But otherwise, yeah, residency is pretty light on programming. Do as you wish. Talk to people. Everyone's nice. Yay. Thank you guys. I think we're good here. Oh wait, this is not my laptop. This is your laptop. You guys are free.
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah, it was
Cool.
streamed.
Nice. I guess the only people that need it are just the last few.